Hi guys, how we doing? Welcome to the channel. If you're a first-time subscriber, we love you. We're so excited to have you on this channel. If you are OGs, thank you for always stopping by on the channel. We love you so much. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, share this video, and comment on it. It makes us so excited. It makes the channel grow, and it makes people know that we are doing a lot of good stuff. Yeah, so today we are talking about a very interesting topic. So interesting that we know that a lot of people are shying away from this topic. A lot of people say, you know what, I just don't want to talk about. In fact, something about this happened like a week or two ago, and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to talk about this topic with my friend. But before we go into the topic, I would like my friend to introduce herself. As you can see, she's so pretty. Hey, introduce yourself.
Oh, Tims, you're just hello, hi everybody. Thanks for stopping by. My name is Ruth, and like she said, yeah, we're very good friends. So today we'll be talking about body shaming in different aspects and how to look at it slightly differently. And we hope that you learn from our nuggets of knowledge and experiences we'll be sharing with you
She
today.
has plenty nuggets of knowledge. So you guys should, and you'll be seeing more of her on the channel. She's a vibe. I love her so much. I don't even joke with her at all. So you guys, last week, let me quickly run through something that happened last week. So I went out with a friend, and I met another friend, and the friend I went out with is on the plump side, and we met another lady that was fat, and I mean she's fat, and the other person said, what's wrong with you? Why are you this fat? And in my head, I'm like, but you two, you are fat. Do you understand? I don't understand how we just body shame each other, you know, talk down on people, and we don't see the implication on these people's mind or what it does to people's mind, whether children, whether adults. There's a way this thing affects people generally. So we'll be talking about it today. And thank God, if you can see me and my friend, me and the other boy, she's on the slim side, so it's even a very good thing for us to talk about, right? So first of all, right, I would like to ask Ruth, how do we overcome our negative body image?
I think first of all, you have to understand that as human beings we come in different shapes, sizes, colors, and even texture in terms of frame. So we all can be the same size, and that's just the absolute truth. It's important that we know what our focus is when it comes to our body type. Are you focusing on health? If your reason for always hitting the gym, doing portion control, is to have a healthier life, that's very much welcome, and a healthier thought process, so to speak. If it's also for vanity, I'm using that word vanity loosely, you want to have a better self-image, that's also valid. It's your choice.
It's your body,
it's
your
your
life.
choice, it's your aspiration.
Yes.
That's valid. If you think you look better with some little touch here and there, it's also your valid aspiration, and absolutely you're right. But the truth of the matter is that it's important that first of all you know why you've chosen or you tend to toe the line of a particular body type. Having said that, I also want to emphasize that no matter how you look at social media, read magazines, follow celebrities, especially the international ones, we all will not look the same. And we come in different, and we are beautiful the way we are. Exactly. I'm not sure if I try to be like my friend thinks, I'm going to probably look that good. Maybe not. And I'm not sure if she tries to be as slim as I am, because her body has never been in that particular, maybe not. So it's usually a game of chance, and it's okay to aspire to look in a certain way. I could aspire to look like her so I can come out like a madam. See her? I'm sure if you see both of us, you would definitely respect the Nigerian thing.
God.
You really say, you're so boring. But that's fine. What we're trying to have this discussion today is first of all, we're addressing some societal anomalies.
Yeah.
Some things we need to really
Actually.
unlearn. Seeing somebody for the first time, please, you become fat is not a greeting, and it's not compliment, and you don't know people's state of mental health and how fragile their mind had become. I mean, the last 1 year has taught us that
staying alive is enough.
staying alive is
Do you understand?
a major testimony. So people are dealing with a lot of
lot.
issues. People are dealing with financial issues. People are dealing with marital issues. People are dealing with relationship issues. People are dealing with business issues. Their business flourishing. Their business at different stages and all that. And honestly, the last they need is your unsolicited negative opinion. It's very disrespectful. And we really just need to, if somebody is not your blossom friend and you size the person up and know the person's mental state, there are comments you don't pass. It is not your, please, you have opinion, is your right, we appreciate, but you don't have a right over someone else's
You
body.
don't.
So we need to stop all that. Then secondly, we're also trying to look at it from the perspective of how to even handle it when people pass those unsolicited opinions. So it's one thing to canvass and tell people, oh, be respectful with giving opinion to someone else. It's also another thing to absolutely know that most times these comments drop by, they're not complimentary, they're not nice, but how do we deal with it? I think that's where the difficult task is. How do we deal with it?
I was going to ask you a question, because I used to think that it's only the plus size people that are being body shamed, right? But I discovered that these days they body shame even the slim people. And since you're I think you've been like this for a very long time, that at least you've showed me some of your pictures. How did you deal with it as a child? Did people ever, pass comments to make you feel like you're not, And some people already feel that children that are fat are the one that I don't know whether you understand. Let's take it. Let me first of all ask you what you feel
About,
yeah.
Or let me share my experience.
Your experience as a
this
child,
one.
yeah.
So, I'm in my 40s, in the neighborhood of mid 40s.
Okay.
I've been like this since I was probably 18.
Wow.
I was slightly one size, so I'm like an 8 on the average. But for a very long time, I was 6 with my height. It wasn't complimentary. I grew up. I'm full disclosure. I have a healthy dose of self-confidence.
Very, very.
But I can tell you for free that I grew up people just always commenting on how thinking I am. There were slangs. So people, the Yorubas will say Temi Beku, the Igbos will say Eriri. Eriri is rope. How derogatory can you get? Rope. And honestly, for a very long time, I don't know how it happened, but I wasn't moved. But at some point, it became like, I remember one of my aunts saying, we just need to find how to add weight because really, it might be difficult giving birth. And I tried reading.
Really?
Yes, I tried reading it up.
Does it add up?
I don't even know. I don't even want to make sense out of it. Really. And really, I think I want to assume. I know, not I want to assume. She was saying it from a place of concern.
I get it.
But the truth of the matter is that you don't know how that simple comment, supposed simple comment, is affecting the next person's life.
True.
So I've always thought of it like, I feel if there's anything I feel comfortable about, it was my body. But at some point, they said it so much that I actually didn't mind having maybe a size
A bit, a size
added, maybe
okay,
to 10.
Okay.
And I think I tried getting to 10 every time I have new babies. Once I resume work, of course a workaholic, I just tend to shed a bit of those excess or mogo weight from eating plenty nights.
Okay, so you add up at the point where
just once. I've never gone beyond 10 before.
Okay,
never.
okay.
So and probably by the time first 2 weeks of resuming after 3 months of being on maternity leave, I shut down. When people pass those comments, I think first thing, if you feel strongly about it and it affects you, I think you need to give a feedback. That's my style. It might not work for me. Not everybody. I can be
Confident, and because you are confident,
and because I'm confident in myself.
Yes.
But I need
you know,
to
people
also,
are dealing with self-esteem issues.
I really don't have that. Let me be honest. I have tended, but if I feel like, I think your comment is unguarded, I will give
Politely
you
talk
yes,
back.
I will give you feedback. And why you need to do that is not just for your sake, so that that person begins to know that
It's not
trend
something nice to say.
is not a healthy trend to follow, because the next person you see might not be confident or might not be comfortable with their side. So for me, if you've ever if you've ever experienced those kind of unsolicited negative opinion, I think you should give them like, no, that's not a nice thing to say. No, I don't think you have it. Let me share an experience with you. My younger daughter is very expressive. So I like to watch young, especially
children.
kids. I like to watch their conversation, especially girls, because I'm so particular about girls growing very healthy social skills. So I watched them having that conversation, and I just made sure I pretended to be doing something else so I could actually watch the flow of that conversation. And she told another of her friends, "Oh, see your stomach, you're fat." And that one, they were like 7, and that one said, "What is your business with how my body is? You have no right to speak about my body." I was so impressed. I was so impressed that I had to tell. I said, "I like how that
You answered that person.
yes,
That person answered you.
Funny enough, I'm close to both of them. I said, I not told you. I said, I like your response. So whenever anybody speaks about your body, you have a right to tell the person what they've said isn't appropriate." And I told the other one, I said, that's also a lesson. You have no business speaking about people's body. You should focus on it. And and they all laughed and moved on. And I think just taking cue from that conversation, I wish I could tell, especially women, more of that. By default, women, we're not our self-esteem problem is big deal and is real. So the last you could do is to add another issue to
what I'm already going through.
Existing issue people
You know?
are really dealing with.
Okay, so for me, right, when I got married, I was a size 10. So having my first child, I went from a size 10 to a size 16. Yes. So I was weighing 69 on my wedding period, and after Sean was 3 months, I was weighing 93. I don't even understand all the clothes I made as a bride that I was going to rock and all of that. None of it could. So I had a lot of people come to me and say, because I was now repeating clothes, I could not freestyle. I was repeating clothes because, of course, new bride, why would I have money to make plenty of clothes? Then I had a particular woman she walked up to me and said, "Why do you dress like an old woman?" Things like that. And that really got to me. I remember the next Sunday I couldn't go to church because it was in church it happened. I was just crying. I told my husband, and this is me that have very good self-esteem. And it got to me that way. And I feel that consciously we need to work on what we say to people, because we don't know, like you rightly said, what the next person is dealing with. And there's another one I want us to talk about is for the kids, right? So some parents talk. I think we had a friend yesterday talking about it, of somebody saying to your child that you are so thin, like a broomstick. So some parents actually feel that when a child is chubby, that means the child is healthy
or well fed.
Yes, like they gravitate towards that big baby and leave that very slim baby, or why do we do things like that? What do you think how do you think people should help this kind of situation?
It's the same. See, as a people in this part of the world, we don't embrace diversity. We don't see the next. We assume people should look in certain way, should come in certain color, should be of certain tribe. Key thing is opening our mind to know that people come in different ways, even personality, and we must begin to accept that as the norm, not expecting that there is one box everybody must fit into. So kids are going to come and some of these things are also checked in. If you have a lineage of tall, slim people, chances that you will be chubby and and plump is very slim, except something unusual.
True.
And if you also come from a lineage of chubby, people, chances are that you're going to be an Agbani director is very slim. So, and have conversation with them as Temi and Ruth, not expecting that everybody needs to look like twins or
Everybody needs to look like Ruth.
No, it doesn't work. And same with children. And I think no matter how reckless you want to be with your opinion, please don't extend it to kids. It's not right. Children are very impressionable, and the last thing you want to do is to make them uncomfortable.
True.
You heard the story our friend shared with us yesterday, and this child literally stopped.
Yes.
From
an A grade student
to C because of comments. Comment that was so it's as dangerous as that. So it's important that we become respecting other people is not luxury. It's actually part of being responsible. So
Yes.
you don't need to be reminded to respect other people, and this respect especially in opinions. It's so important. I don't even know how to put it and
I
couch it well,
understand.
but it's important that we see respecting other people.
And is that
as
bad
way
that
of life.
I think women do it more often than men? I don't know, but I think you can hardly see a man, talking down on a fellow man, right? I think that it doesn't really happen more often, right? Like, for the fact that a man is not tall, and again, I want us to know that it's not only about the size of the person. Most time people even insult your body parts. Do you understand what I'm saying? People talk down on your body parts, like maybe somebody say, look at this one's legs, they are so short, look at this one's, things like that.
Is busty.
Look at, something like that. Oh, she doesn't have bumps. And this will take me to what I saw today, and I would like to talk about it. I saw a post. Did I share with you before? Okay, that somebody said they now put Maggie cubes in their anus. Yes, for them to have big bumps. And this can be as a result of body shaming. And just like you rightly said, not everybody have a very huge self-esteem that can know that, you know what, I'm like this, there's nothing you can do about this, how God has created me. Some people go back and wallow in it, and it just consumes them. It makes them feel like, I'm not doing well, and I need this figure to be in this certain position. If I don't look this certain way, because like you rightly said, social media pressure, if I don't look in this certain way, I will not be good for pictures, I can't take pictures. People are constantly on pressure. They're under pressure to do things in certain ways, right? So me that I have the bomb, what am I doing with it? Sometimes I ask, like, he's even
but life is funny. We're always
what
seeking,
you don't have.
You're always seeking the grass always looks greener. Your neighbor's grass
Honestly.
always looks greener. But again, like we said when we started, it is absolutely okay to aspire to have any size, right? If that's what your problem is. I mean, there are technologies and there are people who go under the earth to do things. The point remains, people's aspirations are valid, people's interests are valid. Please help the world be a better place by just keeping your unsolicited, and the key word here is unsolicited opinion, especially when they are negative. Everybody feels good about compliment. Oh, you look beautiful. It's not solicited, but it's fine. But nobody would say, oh, I think you look very ugly. No, it won't go down with anybody.
True.
So it's important that we actually
And you're saying
intentional.
some people even, it's not like, sometimes you say, I'm concerned about Ruth now, and I see her and I'm like, why are you looking so slim? Kilo Shele. It's because I'm concerned, because I know that this is not your usual self.
We have a relationship.
Okay, yeah. So it's not your usual self, and then I'm like, no, this is not my friend. What's going on now? And there's a way I'll say it that will make you know that I'm concerned. And there's a way I'll say that it's in a derogatory way that will make you know that this is just. And some friends are so mean. If that makes any sense.
Sometimes it's not even being mean; it's being tactless. Sometimes people. So one of the key things every adult must begin to pay attention to is mindfulness. You need to be mindful. Mindful. What I'm approaching you. I don't know what you've gone through. Let me take a glance and have an idea like, oh, you should be in a good place. You should be in a before passing. If you practice mindfulness, you will be more responsible with your consciousness. It's important every adult, and I say this is not a selective requirement. Every responsible adult should be mindful of what they say, how they say it. So a lot of friends are not mean. A lot of friends are just tactless. And you know what I've observed about life? Half the things we can't take are things we're quick to give others.
Yeah.
So,
True.
so it's important that at every point we just pay attention. We just pay attention and know that this thing we're doing is not just about us. So freedom of expression is okay. You have the right to what you want to say, but you don't have that right over another person's
Yeah,
life
true.
business. Except, of course, like public figures, influencers, celebrities,
Because
they are
they
on
already
our face.
exactly.
You can decide to if you're that
And
jobless.
you're actually faceless. They don't know you.
Exactly.
So you,
And if you're job, because
doesn't really
honestly,
get to them at
the body of
But
Kim
some of them
Kardashian
say it
does not
gets to
affect
them.
you. They are human beings. Why
Why it
would
gets
you
to
get?
them, and
Yeah.
I feel so bad.
Why are you feeling they are human
Honestly.
beings? But I think that's the price we pay for being out
A
there.
public figure.
Public figure is one of the things you have to do. Get to the point where you have to grow thick skin. There will be critics. There will be attention to you on everything, which is why a lot of them keep certain aspect of their lives very private. It's a price. I mean, you can't enjoy fame and not enjoy criticism. No, that's not even fair. So, not also everybody aspires to be. We know so many popular people, celebrities, public figures that we don't know jack about them, about what they do.
Yeah, true.
And it takes a lot of work to actually keep those aspects
You
of
don't know
their
their
life.
children. You don't know anything about them.
And it takes a lot of work to actually keep them private, keep their personal life private. So that plenty work they put in to keep their life private is just to save people like you and I who just can't mind our business from, being nosy about their personal life. So it's very key that we're mindful. We talked about being mindful. We talked about people's aspiration about how they want to feel about their body is valid, and you have no right to question it.
Yeah.
If I decide now that I want to, I want my stomach
Waist.
to be my stomach to be 24, and I want to go back to 24 after children and after being in middle age, it's my aspiration. Is my own. Is it your stomach?
It's not to.
Exactly.
It's not.
So let me enjoy it in peace. Then we talked about we should be tactful. Then we talked about please keep your negative unsophisticated.
Okay, there's one we are going to talk about, which is the last for this episode, and which is how do you deal with a partner who body shames you?
That's dicey. So even, and this is a lesson for us, for parenting, for parents, and for the whole parenting process, is that it's important that we raise. So women experience this more.
A lot.
Men body shame them. So a man with his
Big tummy
is still doing the deed around town, and nothing is happening.
True.
So culturally, women are raised to shrink themselves. Women are raised unintentionally to feel inferior. Unintentionally. The cultural nuances also places a lot of burden on women to meet certain expectations, perform the act of pleasing men and living for men. So all that put together creates a default burden on any woman. So you find that I've been in salon where a young girl that just been newly married made the hair, and she kept on looking at herself. She really liked the hair, she was out there. She kept on telling the stylist, "Oh, this hair is really nice. I like." And the husband comes to pick her and says, "I don't think I like this hair. What's this?"
And immediately
was
I can
losing the hair
imagine.
and crying in the salon in a public place. Okay, I feel good about myself, and not because of how I look. Honestly, if I was a bit, I will feel good. Like, you're going to tell me anything. So I've always had this joke I tell my husband, like, anybody that is going to tell me, you too, I'll check something that is not perfect about you.
Bam.
You will do that. You have to get to that point where you make a choice to live for yourself and by your terms. And that's the only way. You can't give what you don't have. You have to be happy with yourself to even share your life with someone else and be happy.
True.
So if you have a spouse that body shames you, it's part of emotional and verbal abuse. Take it from me. It's abuse. Abuse is not only domestic abuse is not only when they beat you and beat you up and beat you.
True.
When somebody comes and constantly reminds you, did you
man.
not see you like that? When somebody comes and constantly, this your, I beg, yes, your stomach could be big after having 3, 4 children, 5. Yes, you should help yourself by going to the gym and doing portion control, yes. But there are realities that are not easy
The
to
kind of
get
me
rid
that
of.
is of fresh air that makes me fat.
Some people, my friend will say, other people who eat in our reality.
My mother-in-law said, "You that you don't eat, like she'll come looking for me to eat." So it's not like it's food that makes me fat, but I know it's genetic. It's in our gene, in my family. I was so tiny as a child. If you see my children, that was kind of frame I had. They are not big, but over time I know. But it's not like I'm not doing anything about it. I'm just laid back. I'm not working on it. But you know what? I've gotten to a point in my life that, you know what, I've taken myself to where I am. If you are coming with glass goods, one day somebody said that if somebody now even asks you that, why are you fat? I said, I'll ask you, why are you not dead?
Exactly.
Why are you not dead? Because you cannot pressure me. I will not come and die for you. I will not come and die for you.
That energy, E for energy.
I will not come and die. So
that energy.
if you are coming, just know that you are ready for what you want to receive. Except I'm not in the mood to answer you, and and nothing gets to me that makes me feel
because
like,
you've also been raised to perform and be, at the
please demand, be in a
but it's important. That's also and I hope you don't think that this idea of this talk is not to encourage people to be careless with their
not
body.
at all.
The truth of the matter is that anything you crave for in life, same way you crave for wealth and success, you work hard. While other people are busy doing your reading, you're doing self-development, you're learning a new skill, you're learning a new trade, while other people are using their money to do other things that absolutely please them, you're putting your money back into investment, and over time you grow your wealth. It's the same way with those good look. Trust me, there are people that spend 3-4 hours every day in gym. If you admire that platform, it's doable. Can you do it? Don't come and kill yourself.
I think we need to talk about the next topic. Is talk about body work, working on your body.
Yes, it's important for your health, for your
even surgery. We need to talk about it, because I've seen a lot of women say, you know what, I'm going to do it and I'm not going to tell anybody. Because the moment you tell people that I want to go and fix myself, mommy, whatever, people just begin to attack you. Oh, you want to kill yourself? Oh, look at you, you're just vain. You're just this, right? So what is it? So that's what we are. Then another thing. Oh, we have a lot of topics to talk about. Very interesting topic. How people pressurize people about getting married. Certain time frame for people to settle down and all of that. So, so I'm sure you guys have enjoyed this topic of today. I really enjoyed it, and I'm sure you would like to see more of Ruth on this channel. If you'd love to see her, comment in the section. She's a vibe. Oh God, she's a vibe. You would love to have her. She has lots of stuff to share with us. Thank you for sitting back and watching this video. We'd love to see you in our next video. Love you and bye.